Welcome back to Dad Let Me Explain. We got a fun episode for you guys today. I have Aaron here with me. Aaron, say hi.
Hi. Where'd you get that intro music from?
You noticed?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
That's a little something Dad cooked up to see if everybody was paying attention out there.
Okay. So, what is today's topic about?
Today's topic, that's a really good question, sir, is about money. Money.
Ooh.
You like money?
Mr. Krabs does.
Who's Mr. Krabs?
The crab from SpongeBob.
He likes money?
Yeah, a
Okay.
lot.
Alright.
He doesn't like to spend it. That's why
He's cheap. He's a cheapie.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off right off the bat. We're talking about money, right? So do you think things in real life are expensive?
Some are, some maybe. Like cars, they can be really expensive, but like chips, they can be cheap or a little bit expensive.
Well, depending where you go buy your chips, man. Because we went shopping the other day and chips, some of those organic chips were out of control. Kind of funny you talk about cars, right? How much you think a Lamborghini costs?
Like $5 million?
$5 million, bro.
Yeah.
That's a little bit much. But depends on what Lamborghinis you're gonna buy. They're about 180,000,
Oh.
400,000, $500,000, $5 million. You ever heard of a car called a Bugatti?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one?
I think on the street I've seen it before.
I don't think you've seen a Bugatti on the street, buddy.
Yes, I have.
Where?
When we're like driving somewhere, I think.
Have you ever been to Dubai? That's probably the only place you're gonna see a Bugatti. A Bugatti is about anywhere from $3.5 to $4 million.
For real?
Yes, for real.
I
Huh?
thought Lamborghinis were the most expensive car.
I think nope. I think Bugattis is probably one of the most expensive cars you have. How much you think Dad's car costs?
Maybe around 20 grand a month.
Jesus Christ Almighty! 20 grand a month, Aaron?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro?
Is that way more than it is?
Of course. 20 grand a month. You know what 20 grand a month is? That's a
What?
lot of money. That's
Then-
that's a lot of
Then
money.
5 grand a month?
No, nowhere near that, man. And just a word of advice for you: when you get old and you buy a vehicle, don't go close to the grands when you're talking about cars. Do not go close to any type of grand. Stay close to the hundreds of dollars monthly. Okay, we're talking about monthly here. Make sure that you make some financial decisions when you get a vehicle. That'll help you with that when you get to the point. But do not go anywhere in the grands when it comes to monthly payments on vehicles. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me ask you another question. Do you think kids understand money? Do you think kids understand the value of money?
Not really. I think just kids think it grows on trees and their parents can buy them whatever they want, whenever they want.
You included?
Yeah. Kinda.
Yeah, for the listeners out there, if you guys don't know, Aaron thinks that we have a tree outside that we just water magically and it grows $100 bills. So everything and anything he thinks he can get, and it just doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to ask you a couple questions on some specific things. You like NBA, right? We already established you
Yeah,
like the NBA.
I like it a lot.
Okay. How much do you think an NBA player makes per game?
If it's maybe around 1,000 a game.
$1,000 a game?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that?
If you're not getting paid that much, maybe 500 a game. I know they get paid a lot just per game.
$500 per game?
If you don't have that big of a contract, like maybe LeBron, he has a really big contract. He maybe gets like 2 grand a game.
$2,000 a game?
Yeah.
You think $2,000 is a lot of money?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because it's in the thousands and that's kind of hard to get. You have to work really hard to get that much money.
Well, you're absolutely right. You have to work really hard to get money. That's why you should study, become a nice sports agent one day in your life, right? Always remember your goal is to one day try to play in the NBA. You reach for your goals. You keep grinding for that. You keep working on that. But always have a backup plan, okay? You stated to me that you said LeBron James, being one of the most highest paid NBA players in the league, makes about $2,000 a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you thought and you said that that's a lot of money, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a number, and I'm gonna tell you a number. You want to know how much LeBron James makes a game?
How much?
$641,000 a game.
A game?
A game.
You mean a month, right?
I mean a basketball game.
A single one.
$641,000 per game, roughly. He makes.
What?
He makes $52.6 million a year in his base salary. Top NBA player salary a year. Ready for this? So Steph, $59 million a year.
Okay.
Joel Embiid, $55 million a year. Jovic, $55 million a year. Kevin Durant, $54 million a year. Anthony Davis, $54 a year. Karl Anthony Towns, $54. Giannis, $54. Luka, $54. Jimmy, $54. Wow, Jimmy, $54. What a waste.
How is Joel Embiid like the second highest if he's always injured?
Well, that's because they signed them to a contract, and that's the risk you take when you sign players to those contracts.
Well, they took a big one.
They took a big one for sure. But tell me about Jimmy, though. It's 54. You're talking about Steph is probably the greatest point guard to ever play the game. Then you're talking
He
about...
is.
Yeah, he is, right? You're talking about a lot of players in there that have some longevity and some championship DNA. But then you got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. Mr. Big Face Coffee himself, Jimmy Butler, making $54 million a year in the Golden State Warriors. And he's out. So that's why the Heat didn't sign him. He went to...
The championship once or twice.
He took the Heat to the championship twice, but he went to Golden State. He just blew out his knee, I think. And now they're stuck with old Jimmy with a bad knee and $54 million salary. Yeah? Good deal that was. Everyday items, Aaron. What do you think a gallon of milk costs?
A gallon of milk, like $5.
$5. Well, it's pretty close depending on where you go buy it. Gallon of milk, I believe in Walmart's under $3 for the Great Value brand. For the MacArthur brand or for the non-generic brand milk, which is the same exact milk, by the way, it's about $4 and change, almost $5. And if you go somewhere else to one of these health organic stores, it's probably going to be even more than that.
Like maybe 10?
No, $5-6. So you're almost there.
Oh.
How much you think groceries cost a week for a family?
For us, it's like $60 a week.
Hey, Mom, are you listening out there? Aaron thinks that we spend $60 a week on groceries.
Am I off by a lot?
You're off by a whole lot, buddy. You know how much groceries a groceries a week for this household? I think it's about $350 to $400 a week in groceries.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So when you're in their cabinet eating up all the Nutella Bees, okay, and drinking up all the juice, okay, don't look at me side eyes. You think it's $60 a week? $60 is just buying a couple boxes of Nutella Bees for you.
Like how many boxes?
Nutella Bees are about like $8, $7 a box, I think.
8. That's maybe like 6 boxes you can buy with 8.
Well, you go through Nutella Bee like if it's
48.
You doing math?
Yeah. So it's 48. Yeah, almost. So 48 is 6 times 7 is like 54. So yeah, you can get 7 boxes, I think.
Do you do chores?
No.
You don't do chores around the house?
I mean, I dump out the laundry.
You dump out the laundry?
Yeah. Does that count as chores?
I guess.
And I throw out the trash.
Okay. So how much you think kids should get paid to do chores? So if you had to get paid a week to do your chores, which some kids do, by the way. Some kids make money that way. They get paid doing their chores. How much you think you should get paid?
At least $15 a week.
$15 a week to do chores? That ain't too bad. What do you think you will be able to do with $15 a week?
Like, what do you think I can pay with it?
No, what would you do with that money? If you were making $15 a week doing chores, what would you do with
If
that
there's
money?
something that I really want that's $15, I might buy it, or I'll just save the money for so I can like stock up for something that I want.
Like what?
Like basketball cards, I like that a lot.
Okay. You like, we already established a lot. You like basketball cards. How much you think, you should know this answer. How much you think basketball sneakers cost?
Basketball sneakers, like
Yeah.
$120.
That's a really good guess.
My jaws are like 120, 130, something like that.
So on that note, if you know that sneakers cost about $120, $130, why don't kids take care of their shoes more? Why don't they just destroy all their sneakers?
Because like they're going into places where it just like breaks, like in the areas that they go, like the sneakers were probably not made to go that far, so
So you going to like the Mojave Desert or something?
no, but like maybe the jaws that I wear, they might break because of like me walking in rocks maybe, and they're not supposed to be in rocks.
So let's take it. What do you think if we take better care of our sneakers, man?
Then we wouldn't have to buy so many.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you? who you who you think messes up their sneakers more, you or Austin?
Maybe Austin,
Why is that?
because he already messes up his backpack a lot.
What does he do? What does he do to mess up his backpack?
Just throws it everywhere.
Throws it everywhere. Where?
Like just throws it wherever. Like he just throws it on the floor, throws it on the couch, throws it wherever.
So he's just a messy boy. How much you think that book bag cost?
$50.
$50?
Mine was like 70.
What type of book bag do you have?
Spray ground.
Spray ground?
Wasn't it? Like 70?
Yeah. $75 for a book bag. And
But it's a fancy book bag.
it's a fancy book bag.
Yeah.
Tell the listeners what your book bag is.
It's a spray ground SpongeBob where it has a bunch of the characters in Mr. Krabs' Money Vault. And what's it called? Your spray ground when you were little was JanSport.
Well, you're right on that, but it wasn't a spray ground. Spray ground is something new now. We just had book bags, and
Yeah,
ours were called JanSport.
Your fancy book bags were JanSport.
It wasn't fancy. It was just a black book bag that said JanSport on it.
Yeah, but my fancy book bag is the spray ground.
Something else you should know a lot about is Fortnite. We're actually watching a YouTube short on TV right now about
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
A guy doing Fortnite hacks.
Yeah. So
Austin's watching
what
that.
you should know? What are the prices on V-Bucks on Fortnite?
So the 1,000 is $8. The 2,800 is $22, and then the 5,000 is $37, and then the 13,500 is $90.
You think that's a lot of money?
A lot. The $90 one, like the 37 and the 90 is a lot.
Okay. And how fast do you spend that V-Bucks?
Like 5 seconds.
5 seconds. So you spend $90 on V-Bucks in literally 5 seconds. And some people have to work hours and hours just to make $90.
Well, there's a lot of good stuff in the item shop. That's why it goes by so fast. It's not my fault. Epic Games, you gotta start putting a little bit less good stuff in the item shop so I don't spend them that fast.
Oh man, what you're gonna have to start doing is doing more chores
No.
to make your $15 a week, so that way you can set aside your money for your V-Bucks, so Dad doesn't have to buy V-Bucks anymore. I think that's what we're gonna do.
No.
I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Mom make an Excel spreadsheet of chores that you need to do that you're gonna be responsible for going over, and every chore will be priced differently.
Austin, you hear that?
The harder the chore, the more money you make. The easier the chore, the less money you make. So that way you can go ahead and be independent and you can buy your own V-Bucks going forward.
You hear that, Austin?
Leave Austin alone. Austin don't have nothing to do with it. We're talking about Aaron right now. You also like going to Disney World, right?
Yeah,
Tell
we
me-
went for my birthday.
Tell me about Disney.
It has a lot of cool rides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you think a trip to Disney costs nowadays?
$250
Per minute?
What do you mean by per minute?
$250 for a trip to Disney?
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you, sir. So you can be very clear and understand what I'm going to tell you. And my listeners out there, when they hear this, they're going to be like, what in the world? You just say, Aaron, $250 for us living in Florida will be just the gas and the lunch that we paid to get to Orlando.
The what?
Let me explain that again. Us living in Florida, in Miami, just the gas and the lunch and breakfast to get to Orlando, the trip for a family of 4, if you're going to pay for it and not take it from home, it'll be about $250.
So, can I take another guess?
Of course, you can take as many guesses as you want, buddy.
$5,000?
$5,000. There we go. So now we're talking. Now you're talking. Now you're in the secret sauce area. So for a family of 4 on the lower end for a cruise will probably be around $5,000.
But I thought we said Disney.
Yeah, the Disney cruise.
Oh, I thought
So no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just giving you an example because you've been to both. You've been to Disney. You've been to the Disney cruise. For the Disney cruise, it'll probably be around that. And then to go to Disney, it'll probably be
$10,000?
no.
Too much.
No, that's too much. For a weekend at Disney, Florida residents, you'll probably be looking at maybe $2,500 with dinner and stuff like that. Tickets, hotel, maybe like $2,100, $2,200.
There's a Florida discount?
Yeah, for Florida.
Oh.
Florida, yeah. If you had $1 million, what would you buy first, buddy?
A house.
Okay. Explain to me, what type of house would you buy? Where would you buy the house? And why a house?
Because a house is like necessary. You need a roof under your head to maybe live. Like, I would buy a house, not like a 2-story, maybe a 1-story that can fit all my stuff, because 2 stories are expensive. And then I would buy like a bed, a refrigerator, food, like stuff like the essentials. And then if I have leftover money, then I'll just buy stuff that I want. I'll buy the needs first, then the wants.
Okay, that's good, pretty cool. Because I was gonna ask you, what would you save? Would you save any of it, or will you spend it all?
I would, if I have leftover after getting the needs and the wants, then I would save the rest for the future.
Okay. What's some of your needs?
Some of my needs: a house, a bed, food, water, and a family.
Well, that's good that you want a family. And then what are some of the wants?
Some of the wants: V-Bucks, a PlayStation, basketball cards, stuff like that. Like stuff that you don't need to live. Like V-Bucks, you don't need to live, but a house and a bed, you kind of need it to live.
You absolutely need it to live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want another PlayStation?
No, I wouldn't want another PlayStation. If I didn't have one, then I would want a PlayStation. I'm just saying if I didn't have one, because I already have a lot of basketball cards. I have a PlayStation. Oh, another one would be a phone. I want a phone.
Oh, no.
I think we already established that in another episode.
And everybody said you didn't make a good case for yourself, so you're not going to get a phone anytime soon.
Oh.
So let me ask you, to wrap this up, what did you learn from this episode? What do you think you got out of money? What do you think you learned new about money?
Money doesn't grow on trees.
And what else?
That money is valuable.
Yeah. And that things that you thought were extremely expensive are not that expensive. And things that you thought that were not really expensive were expensive, right?
Yeah, like Lamborghinis. I thought they were really expensive, but they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
Like you said.
They are expensive, buddy.
Yeah, they are expensive, but for the answer that I gave, they're not that expensive because of the answer that I gave. I gave like $5 million. That's how much I thought it was, and you said it's only like 180 grand.
Depending on what model you buy, yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna leave you with the last one. What did you think about the difference that you thought about groceries when you thought it was $60 a week?
Oh, I was shocked. I did not think. I would never think that groceries were $400 a week, but
That's
was
that, and that's
crazy.
in some families, man, it's more. Some families is more depending on the size of the family, depending on what they eat. There's kids that need, like in Austin's case when he was smaller, he needed specific milk. You needed a specific milk that you could drink, and it was expensive, like $80-$90 for the bottle for the container of milk. So just imagine you're talking about a family of four, let's say one infant, a couple toddlers. Baby food's expensive. The little snacks are
Really
expensive. The
expensive.
powders are expensive. Just on that alone, you're talking about one powder for a baby is probably like
$20.
$75-$80.
I thought it was like $20 for one jar of powder.
Absolutely not. There's some powders that are $80-$85 a piece.
Yeah, cause some people need the specific powder, but if your child doesn't need the specific powder, you can get the regular powder. That's like $20, $10.
Parents, ask your kids how much they think your house costs. Trust me, you'll get a kick out of it and a laugh. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Until next time, as we always say, Aaron.
Peace.